In the spirit of heritage, diversity, uniqueness, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get bigger and better than this. Today's episode is going to be nothing but epic. But let me not waste any time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another brand new and exciting episode of Next Gen Plumbing. Just in case you don't know, I go by the name of Rendani Tshivhula, a.k.a. Randy, your number one MC. Yes, man. You can see I'm excited today, yeah? I think there's this feeling of energy in the house, which is what's getting me so excited. But I don't want to break any tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's episode, we've got two amazing guests. And I use the word amazing intentionally because you're about to find out why I say so. So I don't want to waste any time. I want the people or the plumbing world to know who you are. Our first guest, ladies and gentlemen, he's a qualified, licensed plumber. I have to emphasize that. All right. He's the owner of Ionic Gas, Plumbing and Electrical. And guess what? Now, he's not the deputy or the, Secretary General. He's the president of Disabled Persons in Trades, South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Antonio Vannucci with a double N and a double C. Yeah. Antonio, how are you?
Good and you, Rendani.
Wow. Are you happy to be here?
Of course.
We're going to have a blast?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And people don't know. We might tap into some serious, deep conversations. Yeah.
The floor is yours. You can go as far and as deep as you want to.
Let's make it colorful. All
There
right?
we go.
Let's put a rainbow in this. I told you today's episode is going to be amazing, ladies and gentlemen. And from one amazing guest moving to another amazing guest. She's a queen in the industry. She's breaking that stereotype of saying trades or rather plumbing is just for men. She's representing and being one of the leaders that are going to, set the path for future generational queens in the plumbing industry. Ladies and gentlemen, she's also a qualified and licensed plumber. I have to give her credits, her badges as well. And I mean, ladies and gentlemen, she's representing an amazing company called Skylight Trading 62. And I mean, it doesn't get bigger and better than that. Also part of GM Plumbing.
Yes.
So without any further ado, the queen herself, Mogaleadi Kekana. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I knew you have energy. I could tell, yeah? She wasn't doing... Behind the scenes, she was like, oh... And now it's all here.
It's all
She was
here.
keeping it full.
Yeah, she was waiting for the moment. Yeah. I'm so excited because, the whole point of Next Generation Plumbing, we want to make sure that we make plumbing and expose the value of plumbing. Some people think plumbing is boring. They don't know how awesome this industry is and how diverse it is. When people think of a plumber, they think of a man,
Amen.
a straight man, overall, and that's it.
And the crack.
And the crack. Yeah.
Don't forget the crack.
Let me not shy away from it, It's part of the stereotypes.
Yes.
But now today's episode is going to break those stereotypes. It's going to give us an opportunity to let viewers understand that this industry goes beyond. There's different types of personalities, different types of genders, races. It's a very diverse industry.
Remember sexuality?
Sexuality with a capital S. Yeah. Antonio wants to get into it already, yeah?
No. I'm just making sure that your diversity is
inclusive.
Goes abroad.
There we
Goes
go.
abroad.
I think this is going to be my favorite episode, to be quite honest. But I want to jump into it, all right? Mogaleadi,
Yes.
you've been in this industry, right? And I want to
Yes.
start with the queen, all right?
Yeah,
All right.
gladly.
She's, I think around 4 years.
Yes.
So you've been here. It's not a matter
It's been
of you've
here.
just entered.
No,
The
I'm-
gates have opened. You are part of this industry. You've seen the ups and downs. How did it all start? Give us a bit of your journey. Let the people know who you are.
Okay. It firstly started when I was doing my grade 6. There was a newspaper article at the end of Daily Sun where there was Mr. Fix-It. Don't you know Mr. Fix-It?
Yeah, I've seen
Yes.
that.
So at school, they were like, a career choice you choose. Because I saw interest in reading those articles
Yeah.
from time to time. I thought, why not? Let me just try that. Because everyone in class was like, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a doctor, a police officer. But with me, it was different. I was like, this seems to be much more interesting. And growing up in a family with, I was the youngest girl, but before me, there are a lot of gentlemen.
Yeah.
And my uncle was a mechanic. This other cousin of my mom is a plumber.
Yeah.
And I was always with them. That's where everything started. Like, okay, I want to be hands-on. I'm not like any other girl. I want to be computers.
Yeah.
The formal. No, that's not me. That's not. I find it boring. Like 10 minutes into that, I zone out. I was like,
come
am I
on,
really doing this? This is just not me.
Yeah.
This is just not me. That's how it all started. Because I remember just last week, my friend was asking me when you took that plumbing for real. I was like, yes, I took plumbing for real. Then I was just doing it, but I was not much more informed about it.
Yes.
It was just thing of it's just a plumber. Okay, they do toilets, they do drains, and then that's it. But with time, I realized that there's more to plumbing than just toilets, drains, there's water. I mean, before anyone else, it's us plumbers. Not that I'm bragging, but before anyone else, it's us plumbers.
Yeah.
So I was doing my practicals with AJC, and that's a construction company.
Yeah.
And then when I got
Offer from AJC.
Arthur, yes, Arthur.
See, they know each other. Listen, we're a family. Yeah. I know Arthur as well. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think there's a lot of people who don't know Offer.
Yeah.
But he also does a lot for the
apprentices.
Yeah, he gives back as well and develops. Yeah. And that was
apologies.
It's okay. So when I got to the construction field, when they see a lady, they see a cleaner. It's pretty much obvious.
100%.
And then when they saw me in overalls, hammers, chisels, a bucket of tools, they were like, "What are you doing with that? You're supposed to be clean." I was like, "No, that's not what I'm here for."
Come on.
And it got to a point where I had to lift geysers. I remember this one time, I almost fell from the steps.
Yeah.
Trying to go up with the geyser.
Yeah.
On your own?
But I had
yes.
Someone was assisting you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I was going up, he goes by the name of Wiseman.
Okay.
And then when I was trying to go up, he was like, no, don't do that. You're going to fall. I was like, I did a chapter in plumbing that says lifting and carrying.
Yeah.
And I think I can give this a try. 2 steps up there, I was already out of it. I almost fell. But lucky enough, he was here. And then he took that from me. Yeah. From there, they taught me, you don't have to be lifting all these heavy things alone. We can always help you. But if you feel you have it under control, it's only then we can let you be.
Come on.
Yes.
I love that. And I think that's why Antonio was actually also adding into it, because I'm sure you can see it in the journey. As much as her journey has been interesting, and her path, I think we need to tap into your journey, Antonio. Tell us about your journey. Where did it all start? I mean, you could have done so many other things, just like yourself.
Yes.
Why plumbing? How did it start? And what got you to the position where you are in? So give us a bit of a, smooth line as to how it all started and why and how you became who you are. Because you're quite well established. I have to say this, ladies and gentlemen, in the plumbing industry, you're quite well known. I see this.
I wasn't aware of that, but thank you.
He's playing it easy.
He's keeping it cool.
He's keeping it cool. You get to see him at the Institute of Plumbing South Africa Awards, climbing the stages. I mean, come on, So you're quite well established in this industry, but we want to know, how did it all start?
To be totally honest.
Yeah, especially because you also own your own company.
Yes.
You're an entrepreneur. Give us a bit of light in that.
So the long and the short is, I was working for my father. I spent a year abroad and came back working for him. He got ill. Then I stopped working for him. My mom at that stage was already a plumber.
Yes.
She started her own company because none of the plumbers, I think it was 30 odd guys that she contacted. Yeah. Where they said, listen, we're not going to allow a woman. She didn't want money for a bugger all. So and then she said, well, let's get this journey started. Yeah. I was unemployed. So I came back home for the first time since leaving school. I came back home and felt sorry for myself for like 2 days. And my mom said, no, sorry, you're not going to continue feeling sorry for yourself.
Self-pity thing is not going to work.
Get on the bucky.
Yeah.
And that's how I started in plumbing. I was literally unemployed. There was no aspiring from school type situation. No, it was, and what I can say, I am sorry that I didn't start it earlier. So yes, I think because I always liked working with my hands. I used to, when I would get a birthday present or something, remote control car, something like that. Yeah. I'll take it apart.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to put it back.
I think we're all there. Yeah.
I want to know trade people, how many of them actually did that? Yeah. Taking things apart, want to see how it works. Yeah. I think a few of us was.
There's that curiosity, you know, why? What's making it move like this?
Exactly.
You know, you want to discover as well. But I think we have to do this. It would be very wrong if we don't give honor to your mother. Because actually she ignited the fire.
Yes.
You know, and once again, a queen added value. Now Definitely. Look at the seed she's planted and look at how much value you're bringing into the industry. Yes. So I'm saluting your mama right now. All right, I'm saluting her. Yes, yeah. But please continue. I also know that you were part of IOPSA. Yes. You know, just give us a bit of light in that journey and also give us direction on how you formulated your company and where it is right now. Yeah.
So I started my business, my own plumbing journey, if I can put it like that.
Yeah.
My mom said to me, okay, listen, you're qualified now. Remember, family and business don't always mix.
Yeah.
You at each other's throats quite often.
100%.
I love my mom to bits, and I'm sure she loves me as well.
Yeah.
But
goes without saying.
Yeah, we like to, because once again, that curiosity of wanting to know how something works.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. That's where I decided, I think my mother decided. We were at a client changing the inlet.
Yeah.
And I said to her, but no, this thing here, and I'm like, this thing here, I don't know the name yet. It was literally probably the first month that I was working for her. It was a flush valve and it was leaking.
Mm.
And the guy who was working for her at that stage, he's like, leave it. It's the next call out's problem. The client phoned for the inlet. I'm like, no. And I said to my mom, but listen, this isn't right. And I broke the whole system because it was when I loosened it, I didn't see it was cracked.
Yeah.
And she's like, but listen, I think you need to go and start this on your own because I don't want to pay for your mistakes. So I did my apprenticeship, the ARPL route.
Come on.
Got qualified in 2013.
Yeah.
I joined. By that time, I already started working for myself. I joined IOPSA very early on. We still had to get proposed and seconded on the application form.
100%.
And that was like the biggest thing is I needed to get other IOPSA members to propose me and then second me. I was shit scared of that. There's no other
say
word.
It as it is. It's a podcast. I mean, there's say it as it is.
There's
this
no
is
way
plumbing.
There's no way you were gonna relax.
Yeah.
You had to.
It took me 6 months to find plumbers to propose me and second me. And they only needed the proposal in the second. And eventually got through that. I joined our committee. It was 2017. We tried to split Gauteng in Pretoria and Joburg.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't work. Changed back to one central committee. I became vice chair 2018. Did that for 2 terms. Then I became chair of our region of Gauteng up until this year, February.
So you've been quite involved, yeah?
Yes.
It means there's a leadership thing I'm sensing about you, you know? I mean, you heard president. Now chair.
Me sitting next to a president, I might stand a chance of being a president.
They say surround yourself with greatness. You shall reflect greatness.
No, but it's not just me. There's greatness here.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm saying it because it's precise. And that's why you're here today. There's no mistake about it, you know? Yes. And the reason why I keep raising your journey is because someone is watching back at home right now and they're asking themselves, maybe I've got the skill. I've got the passion, but I just don't know which direction to follow.
Yes.
You know, what channel to do, who to knock, what door to knock on. And I think that's why it's so important for you to share it with the people that are talking right now. And I'm inspired. Listen, I might be sitting here going, deep down, I'm like, wow. You know, wow. Like, man, you know, because there's a lot more. If every time I have, or we have platforms where we engage guests, there's so much value I'm realizing about our industry. And if only people could understand that, I really wish that, you know, we could channel that energy and get it out there. People will value us a lot more than they do right now. And that's why it's important to get our role models out. You know, people must get your autographs already. Yeah.
Before we start charging for them.
There we go.
It's still free.
And selfies. Yeah.
On that, you're talking. What's the first thing what's the first thing that comes to mind when somebody says plumber, toilet, a tap? Yeah, it's not just that.
Yeah,
there's more to that.
There's a lot more specializations, designations. There's levels in our industry as well, and that's why I always emphasize this, and that's why this conversation, we have to tap into the nitty-gritty. I want to tap into something, you know, especially for women as well.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
You mentioned that you face challenges like carrying a geyser, you know, but there are a lot more as well. There's a lot. I was speaking to the chairman of the South African Women in Plumbing and Trades, Lorraine Moy. She's like, you know, people don't understand as a woman, there's also safety aspects, harassment that comes in.
Exactly.
You know, people undermine you and they think they can just do whatever they feel because you're a woman and you're a plumbing woman. And I mean, also now, physically, we're not necessarily not built the same. I believe we have the same capacity and abilities. But let's be honest, you know, when it comes to digging a trench, you know, there's a lot of physical labor, you know. So I want to touch a bit onto that. Maybe give some light on that experience as well. Some of those challenges that you faced as a female in this industry.
Okay. At one point, I had to act as a lesbian.
Come on.
Because I'll tell you why. When people saw me as a lady and when we had to go in those finished properties, they were like, a lady in my house, what is she going to do?
Yeah.
And I had a gentleman behind me, but because when you go to those finished properties, not both of us can go inside the house until we explain to the client that there's a job that needs two people to be doing that.
Yeah.
When I started seeing, you know, gents and women, when they see a woman, they just see, that one is for me.
Yeah.
At some point, I had to change into being a lady to a lady he. And I would even change my walk.
Was this to protect yourself?
Yes.
To fit in.
You're like...
I had to fit in and protect myself. Just to make sure that, no, man, don't approach that one. That one is a guy. So I did that. And it was working... It worked out perfectly fine because I finished my trade without gents bothering me ever again. And speaking of gents not bothering me again, there was a day I cried to my mentor. I think you know Moyondaba.
Yes.
Yes, I cried. I broke a toilet. As an apprentice, you know it's an expense to the company. I cried. You swear that somebody died.
That damn expensive toilets that you break.
It's not the normal one.
No, it's not the plumb line special.
Somebody died on that day. I cried. And he was like, how are you going to learn if you're not going to be making mistakes?
Yeah.
And there was this day, a basin broke.
Yes.
It wasn't on me, but the gent said it was me because they knew if it was me, they won't be paying. But if it was from them, they had to pay for
there's
them.
Accountability,
I covered for them.
And you took it?
I took one for the team.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Okay, I took one for the team.
She was a team player.
I took one for the team. I had to. I wouldn't throw them under the bus.
No, gents, no. But they threw you under the bus. No.
They threw me under the bus, but we got off very easily.
They were strategic, like she said. They knew that, listen, we're going to get 5 whips. With her, she's going to get shouted at. It's going to be calm. And then it's over. Yeah.
That was it. So
use your advantages that you do have.
Yeah.
Play to your advantages.
But I hated
for the
that.
Team.
I took one for the team, but I hated that.
Yeah.
I hated that because it came to me that one day I want to own a company of my own. So people would be doing this because as much as they gave me an opportunity, I feel I'll also need to give other people opportunities.
Yeah.
So they'll be breaking, causing damages, and then blaming it on a student.
Yeah.
So I sat with that guy down like, no, man, next time something like this happens, if we have to go 50-50 on paying for it, I'll meet you halfway. I mean, I get a stipend.
Yeah.
And you can pop something, I pop something, we get the toilet sorted.
Yeah.
And from there, we've been like friends. Till today, he still asks me, are you still okay? I have a piece job. Don't you want to come with?
He's paying up for his dues. He's paying up for his dues, yeah?
No, I realized I've made family more than friends in this field. Yeah. I've made family. I've made families all over.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to IOPSA, with IOPSA, they opened for a registration for solar heater.
Yes.
With Quickot.
Yes.
In
Benoni.
Yes, in
Benoni.
Benoni.
One of the three Bs.
Yes,
Benoni, Boksburg, or
somewhere there. It's in between.
You
I
see
can't
how it's
differentiate
happening.
that.
It's like,
I can't even differentiate that.
And I'm like,
I can never remember where. That's why I just call it the 3 Bs.
Like please, it's either Benoni or Boksburg, but it's that side of the East, right?
Is that what IOPS and Quickot?
Yes,
Okay.
they trained us for solar heater.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did my solar heater there, and I met this gentleman, and he was like, I even have his numbers. If you get stuck with something, I'm a phone call away.
Come on.
I mean, we are a family in this industry, so you don't have to feel like. Sometimes you can get into. You see, things are getting changed every day.
Yeah.
You get into a system that's so differently built. You can still call someone like, yo, you know what? Here's a picture. I'm seeing this for the first time. Before I even make mistakes,
Please
can
guide.
you help me?
Please guide.
And the gentleman that I'm working for, Moses. He said there's nothing like a stupid question. Something might feel stupid to you, but you have to ask it before you even make mistakes.
Yeah.
So I've been living like that. Okay, you don't have to make a mistake before you ask questions. Ask questions, and if you don't understand, ask even more.
I love it.
Yes.
You know, it shows that there's pros and cons in our industry. I want to shift from this discussion to some of the challenges. Now, Antonio, you have a physical disability.
Yes.
Right? I want to know what happened and how this has impacted your journey in this industry.
So on that, there was a other side of this on diversity.
Yeah.
I'm gay.
Come on. Say it again.
I'm gay.
You're gay.
Yes.
Happily married.
Nearly said divorced. Engaged.
Engaged. Okay.
Can I get an invitation to the wedding?
Sure.
No, I'll MC. Don't worry. I'll be there.
I'll come
It'll
with.
be my first gay wedding. Yeah.
Haven't you been to a gay wedding?
I've never been to one. Please, I would love to come. Yeah.
All right.
But I love the fact that you actually raised this.
Yes.
You know, some people will find or think that it's actually something sensitive. We can't talk about it. We are in a society of diversity. So please, let's bring it. You are gay. All right. I'm so happy I can say it without even worrying. You know, sometimes people feel like you're offending people.
Exactly.
We're gonna get scared. But they're people who live that life and they're happy.
And then there's no need to be ashamed of it now.
100%.
Back then, in those ages, it was gonna be a taboo, but now it's normal.
2024.
It's normal. I was telling my mom, like my sister's daughter's like, I love girls. And my mom's like, no. I'm like, to my mom, it's normal.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
If she decides tomorrow that when you're buying me Christmas clothes, let us go to Markham's, let us go. We're gonna go there
100%.
because there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We support that. I have a friend who's gay, and people would get surprised when they find me and him in one room. Just seated there like, no, there's no way.
There's something up on this.
But there's nothing. He's a friend. There's nothing. He's a friend. He's a friend.
But it's all about educating, you know, and
Yes.
informing. And I think that's what you wanted to also jump into, you know.
Yeah.
From let's delve into it. Let's go into it.
So on that, I always shied away from it. I was openly gay because just because your sexuality is different to the normal stereotype, doesn't mean you can't do the work.
100%.
Thank you.
That's why I've always felt that I'm not a gay ambassador, what,
Yeah.
anything like that. I've always just felt the fact that you're a woman or you're gay doesn't take away the fact that you can do the work.
100%.
Thank you.
And that's why I've never made it a part yes, it's part of me, but I'm not Antonio the gay plumber.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like a good
Come
podcast.
on. I think we just figured something out, yeah? Put a trademark on it. You never know. That could be something, yeah?
So that was always a part of it.
Yeah.
I, however, didn't make it such a big deal. Sometimes people will find out about it and I'll just, okay, let's go on. Let's just carry on. It does not take away from the work.
Have people discriminated against you when it comes to, have you ever felt that, okay, now they know you're gay, they treat you in a certain way?
Yes, they are scared.
Yeah.
They are very, they
More
put on
especially
them.
gents.
Yes.
So would this be like a customer? Like, okay.
I know, customers, once again, I don't go in and walk and say, hey, I'm gay.
It's Antonio the gay plumber.
There we go.
You just go there and do your
But
job.
it's exactly that.
Yeah.
So yes, obviously, I had friends and everything that would make use of my services.
100%.
But it was not something that I made part and parcel of
100%.
meeting my customer or anything like that. What did happen though, is the plumbing fraternity on plumbers evenings or things like that will make jokes, but then all of a sudden you'll find out like the next plumbers evening somebody said something to someone, because I've never heated away. Then all of a sudden the previous time I can laugh at a gay joke just as well as a straight guy.
100%.
There's a difference between making fun at somebody and laughing with somebody.
100%. Yeah.
And what all of a sudden then it would be, oh shit, no, this guy is gay. We must now be put on the mittens.
Yeah, let's be sensitive.
Yes.
Let's approach this with caution.
Be all very over diplomatic.
100%.
No, just carry on. I didn't want to come on to you before. Why am I all of a sudden going to come on to you now? I think that's something that women also struggle with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is, because you're a woman or because you're gay, every single man
Start
on
treating
earth.
you otherwise.
No, they think that they're the most attractive thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
For some
No,
reason,
you're
they
not
think
wrong.
that you want them.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
It was this whole thing of, oh, you are attractive, or I think you're gonna.
Doesn't it get to you?
Yes, of course.
It gets you.
Because why am I gonna come on to you now
When you haven't been doing that.
Exactly.
Come on.
But I really do think it's something that resonates with the both of our, how can I put it? Not classes. It's I wanted to say sectors, but it's not sectors.
It's not sexy.
But you get what
I get
I'm
what
saying.
you're trying to say. Yes.
Yeah.
And but that's one thing. I think because I'm so thick-skinned, you're either gonna like me or you're not gonna.
Yeah.
Like me.
But here's the thing: the industry has this macho thing.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And that's why when we started, we mentioned, there's this perception that plumbing is a manly industry. So I love the fact that we're talking diversity. I love the fact that we're talking inclusivity, because this is educational. You know, to someone, they might watch this episode and go, wow, actually, I'm inspired to really open up and really be myself now, in this industry.
Yes. Exactly.
Some people maybe have blocked themselves from flourishing because they were scared on how they were going to be perceived, And for me, it's so important. And I'm not shifting away from the gay discussion, okay?
But we don't need to make it a discussion.
Yes.
We can just carry on.
Yes. I want to talk also, and I want to emphasize this, because when we speak diversity and heritage, the factor of a disability is also an important one.
Yes.
My sister's physically disabled.
Okay.
All right. She's in a wheelchair. And I know when you're in a mall with her, people are looking.
Mm-hmm.
People are wondering. People feel sorry for her. It took a lot of experience to... You develop a thick skin where you ignore that. You end up not seeing that anymore. Now, you are in a very vocal industry. And I'm sure you both understand what I mean by that.
Yes.
That's why I want to know what happened, how did it happen, and how is it affecting you currently, or how has it affected you and your growth?
So in 2017, I fell into an empty pool at home, and sober, everything. Apparently, if I was drunk, the one time in my life I wish I was drunk.
Yeah.
The doctors said to me in casualty, if I was intoxicated, I would have either not gotten so hurt or I wouldn't have had so much pain.
Sure.
So I broke my ankle and in and out of hospital the whole time. They tried to fuse my ankle twice, but I kept constantly having pain. I was on copious amounts of painkillers.
Yeah.
Things that I was functioning on these Schedule 5, 6 drugs that if you're going to take it, if somebody else is going to take one, they're going to be passed out for a week. Then
that's the level of pain you were feeling. Yeah.
So I had an undiagnosed illness, autoimmune. I'll get to that now. From 2019, I constantly said to my doctor, let's amputate.
Yeah.
Let's get whatever is wrong away. He didn't want to. 2021, he eventually said, okay, well, listen, you're on like operation 26, 27. I think 28 was my amputation, actually. The 28th procedure on my leg was the amputation. In 2021, that happened. The doctor said to me, listen, because remember, your leg might be cut off, but the neuro thing, there's still a link between your brain and your leg.
Yeah.
So your brain's going to tell you still that you've got a leg.
Yes.
For a split second, my brain told me, when you're standing, you're changing your stance.
Yeah.
I did that with my crutches and I fell solidly onto my stump.
Sure.
Since from there, they did subsequent amputations. So it was a below knee amputation. First through knee and then 2 above knee amputations. They then realized, but listen, this guy is firstly not crazy.
Yeah.
He's not imagining himself. And he's also not looking for drugs.
Yeah.
Because that's what was told to me in leading up to them diagnosing it's called stiff person syndrome.
Yeah.
It's autoimmune and it basically affects my whole body.
Yeah.
It started with my leg and then it progressed going forward, going up. What else? What else do you want to know?
How has it impacted your physical activities in the industry? Because I mean, it's a physical industry, So your one leg was amputated. You're used to doing certain things with both legs, I would assume. Now, what were the challenges you had to go through? And I think it's quite important because I always say plumbing is for everyone.
Yes.
Whenever we do radio interviews, and I think Willem will attest to this, plumbing is for everyone. There is a role you can always fit yourself into this industry. But, how did you adapt, especially from a physical perspective?
So what I started doing in my own company, because I used to do physical work, there was no, I know as you progress in your company, you start moving more operation side or admin. I didn't like that. I hired an admin lady to rather do the admin for me. And that's something we forget. We've always had women part of our businesses. The majority of our office staff are female. I'm not taking away from the men here now.
100%.
But the majority. So we've always had some side in our businesses of female representation.
I'm doing admin now.
You're also into it?
Yeah, now I'm doing admin.
Yes. In your business?
In the company's business. I'll make sure by January next year I have my baby up and running.
Awesome.
This is my last year as an employee. This is my last year as an employee.
I love it. Yeah.
Awesome. So basically, I tried to still carry on and do as much as I could, but it was excruciating.
Yeah.
So what would happen is I would go to the guys to a site, something stupid. Let's say it's on a construction site, it's uneven terrain. and I'll get back and I would be in agony. I would spend 2-3 days in bed after that. And it just started to progress from there. I eventually hired more people into my company to take the load off of me.
Physical workload,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
However, I completely checked out of my business though.
Yeah.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was just like, you can go to hell now. I completely checked out of my business.
Yeah.
We were at our biggest, we were 4 teams. And it's now gone back to a proper small maintenance. There's actually nothing that I do.
Yeah.
I've got people that runs it.
But you're sharing the knowledge.
Yes.
You're sharing the knowledge.
Definitely.
Which is the beautiful part. You know, today's episode is really special. I might just get fired because of the length, all right? But if I'm going to get fired, I'm going to get fired in style, yeah? I just want to remind our guests back at home who are tuning in right now, you're still tuned into Next Gen Plumbing. What an amazing discussion. You know, we've opened the floor to even things I never thought we were going to ever touch and talk about. And that's the beauty. It shows that this industry is very diverse. It saddens me that we have to get to this point where we're almost wrapping things up. But I want us to share. Think about that one person. See yourself as the young version of you.
Yes.
What message would you have wanted to hear, all right, to get you to where you are? So let's talk to someone right now. Back at home, what message do you want to leave? You know, especially the person who the voiceless, you know, who knows what they want, perhaps can't really express it. What do you want to leave them with?
I feel someone should have told me you don't have to live from where you come from. I think background limits us.
Come on.
Sometimes we think, I grew up in a village. There's people who know nothing about plumbing. It's pit's toilet.
Yeah.
Those bathtubs. It's a vascom. We call it vascom.
Yeah.
It's a vascom. You pour water and then you go there and bath. But now things have changed. I feel if someone had told me from the time I started getting to know Mr. Fix at Hori, there's more that you can bring into this tiny village you're from.
Come on.
And you go far. I'm actually from the royalty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we've got a queen. So the queen was actually genuinely
there's a proper queen here
high
today.
level queen. Your Majesty, yeah, we see you, yeah.
And back at home, they feel because of the surname I have, it carries weight, but it doesn't have to be like that.
Kekana.
I don't have to have.
Kekana.
Yes, it's Kekana. I don't have to
Kekana,
live on handouts and people feeling sorry for me, or because I have this surname. Antonio have to give me that because of you know me and I'm from this. No, we have to work hard.
100%.
We have to work hard for everything. And to people who are still growing up, they don't have to focus only on. I think when we get to school, they focus on careers like doctors. They don't tell them about trades. Because before I got into plumbing, I have my N5 mechanical engineering. Hence, I told you, like, I love being hands-on. Yes. I love being hands-on, which I'll finish sometime next year. We need to know more about the skills than the theory.
Yes.
Than the theory.
100%.
And people see plumbers as people who cannot read. But people who can just do the work. When they see you as a plumber, they feel, this one is just going to get here and do the work.
100%.
And that's not what we get then do. Like I was telling you, sometimes you have to ask a stupid question to be smart.
Yeah.
Hence, my boss has been telling all of us in that office that nothing is a stupid question. That nothing is a stupid question. So if back then I was told, Mogaleadi, growing up, there's more than just being like just being a princess, and then you have to be a teacher. You grow up, you have food from the first of the month to the last of the month, because most kids these days, they feel, I have my mom and dad, why do I need to work? And things have changed now. When the parents pass on, they start to suffer. They start expecting people to feel sorry for them. Now on my side, I wouldn't say my mom. I was raised by mom as a single parent because I've had my aunts and my uncles and all that. But my dad was partially there, and it's only now when we started building a relationship, of which I find it difficult. I've been surrounded by men. So when he start trying to tell me, no, girl, I can't. I've grown up to be a man.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes it's difficult, sometimes it's easy, but I try to jungle all that.
My mom, you were talking about the lesbian part earlier.
Yeah.
Yes.
The amount of clients who asked me, listen, is your mom a lesbian? Why?
Yeah.
Because I think, I didn't think about it when you said you had to adapt.
You have to adapt.
I think that's what she probably did, because she was rejected by so many people initially.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
becomes
why.
a protective.
Yes.
You
it's
have
like a mask
to-
that she's wearing on.
You have to, when you get into a construction field and with ladies seeing you as a competition, ladies are, I'm sorry to say this, but an enemy of another woman is a woman.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
Ooh, okay.
an enemy of a woman is another woman. It's always challenging to look to.
Yeah.
For instance, I look at Rendani, take it she's a woman, and she's like, oh, Rendani thinks she's prettier than me.
Oh, yes. It's
So,
a competition.
It's a competition of which it doesn't challenge me. I don't mind if you can tell me, okay, let's go out. I'm not a makeup person.
Yeah.
I always look like I think I've adopted to being the gent from this field.
The tomboy.
The heel, yes. I'm not a heels person. I'm
Yeah.
not those. No, it's just not me. The dresses, it becomes a struggle when I have to go to church because then I have to wear a dress. But 247, I'm on my pants.
Come on.
You know what? The amount of ladies that I know that you just described.
Yeah.
And obviously they are in trades. But I'm not just thinking my mom. It's also no makeup. That's that.
So there's a
proper
specific
tomboy.
type of.
I think there's a specific type, but there's also when you do your heels and makeup, and you guys look gorgeous.
Yeah.
But it feels weird. I'm like,
Because you've adapted to that
I'm
so much.
adapted to being this tomboy.
I love it. So that's the message you'd want to leave. That
Yes.
listen, it doesn't matter what your circumstance is. You know, you still work for what you need to get. All right? Fight for your stripes. Earn your stripes.
Don't limit yourself.
Don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Antonio, words of encouragement, motivation to the young version of you. The words you would have wanted to hear that would have sharpened you and inspired you to be where you are today.
It's easy. Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Well, actually, don't be scared. If there's a challenge, whether it be mental, physical, speak up about it. You don't necessarily have to be an advocate and jump up and down for it, but don't be scared of who you are.
100%.
If you like working with your hands, by all means, go and do it.
I love it.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I can say is don't be scared of what you want to do.
Come on. I love it. This is officially my favorite episode. This is my favorite episode.
So if Rendani says that again,
I'm going to swim.
So that means you gotta keep watching as well.
You gotta keep on watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an exciting, and I'm so happy because we touched on things that we probably never discuss on a daily basis, you know, and it's still part of the plumbing industry. I just want to close it off in style. Guys, you guys are amazing. You know, I always say this, people never get their flowers while they can still smell them. So I'm giving you your flowers.
Thank
You are
you.
playing a critical part in our industry. There's someone watching you back at home who's saying, I'm inspired. I want to be like them. Keep up your greatness. Take it to different heights. You are ambassadors of the industry that's responsible for transporting the most valuable commodity on earth, which is water. Even the English came out nice there. Yeah, you know. So I just want to say thank you so much. We have to do this again. One episode was not enough. I might just get fired. So I told you I'm wrapping it up in style, okay? So thank you so much. And to our viewers back at home, I hope you really enjoyed this episode of Next Gen Plumbing. Until we do it again, make sure you tune in. Follow us on our social media. Go onto our website. It doesn't get bigger and better than this. Subscribe, like. You know, I haven't said that in the episode. So it shows that this is the right one, all right? Like, subscribe, share. Keep telling people about this amazing podcast because you know someone's life can be changed. To wrap it up, Nedzina Langande Rendani Tshivhula, a.k.a. Rendi, your number one MC, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Yes, man.